What? Grade 11s. Hi there. I'm Lini, and there's Lou. How are you?
All right, with yourself. You know just how to start it. How are you doing?
I'm good. What are we doing for the grade 11s today?
Well, today we're going to do biodiversity of invertebrates, well, animals. But before we get into that,
Okay.
right, Luni, there's something that's actually touched my heart. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's been going around, and it actually means quite a bit to me.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if you ever heard of what's that thing? RAC. Right? RAC.
Rack.
Yeah, have you ever heard of it?
No, what is
Okay, well, let me start off just by explaining how we got to RAC.
Okay.
Okay. There was this guy in what do you call it, in Australia, right? And he decided to get this thing called neck nominations. Now that means they drink, right? So I nominate somebody and they have a drink, and that's bad, and it got worse and worse and worse. Now, one of these guys, right, nominated a South African guy, right? This guy named Brett, okay? And he's driving in a car. You must go and see it. It's on YouTube, right? He's driving in a car, and he's telling his friend, because when you do this, you've got to film it, okay? You've got to film it so that you have proof. And he says to his friend, you know what? I know how you guys do it over there in Australia, but let me tell you how us South African guys do it, right? And he stopped off at this robot, and instead of drinking, he grabbed this bun, this food, this chocolate, and a Coke, and he gave it to a guy on the side of the road, right? And we've changed the name to RAC, Random Act of Kindness. Right.
Oh, cool.
That's what it means. And when they've done that, they nominate 2 people to go and do this as well, right? So once I've done it and I've posted it, I go and that person goes and nominates 2 other people, and it's going wide. I mean, all of a sudden, there's people in Canada, there's people in the USA. It's all over the world, and it's amazing. And I thought to myself, I mean, even Nando's and KFC have done it,
Okay.
right? That's big. So I want you to understand, and I don't know if you think this, I want to nominate, right? So you must understand, I'm going out on the limb here. I want to nominate Mindset to do a RAC. Hey?
Oh,
RAC
that's
nomination. Hey, so
cool.
what do you think? Will you accept it?
I can't really say anything about it. I think we're going to bring in John, because I don't have powers to just say, no, yeah,
So
I can't do
just-
that. Let's think about it.
That's it. Now what? Let me just put it
processing.
out there. They've
Okay.
got, with this nomination, they've got 48 hours to respond.
Okay.
Right? To say yes or no. Let's hope, or let me put it out there. Maybe I get into trouble, but let me see if they will get it right. A nomination's a nomination.
My superpower is there. Hopefully we'll say yes. My
Good.
superpowers are going out
I'm
to
hoping.
the universe.
Right. So we're doing biodiversity of animals, but the invertebrate parts. But I'm going to cheat a bit when I show you some things, right? So here we go. What are we going to do this lesson?
No, but wait.
What?
I need to tell them stuff.
No.
Yes.
We need to work.
No, wait.
See, I get so excited. Okay,
No,
fine.
Relax. Relax, dude. Anyway, nice it is. You can hit us up on Facebook and Twitter at Learn Extra. You see, they need to know this. And then you need to download the show notes, the videos, and the schedules on learn.mindset.co.za. We do have the Taste Yourself question competition going on. All you need to do is download the show notes, fill in the Test Yourself section, and then you submit your entry. Entries close at 10 p.m. tonight. Winners will be announced tomorrow on tomorrow's live shows. What else? Yeah, that's about it.
About those questions, I remember asking you if more of you will go and answer them.
Oh,
Can you remember, Luni?
Yes.
There was a better response.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That really meant something to me to answer more questions. So come, let's put some more people in there. Let's just get more and more. Tell your friends to go and answer those questions. It will help them. Right.
Yes.
Now can we go work, Luni?
Yes.
Now we can work. Right. So in this segment that I'm going to do today, right, we are going to go look at specific things. Okay? We are going to look at symmetry. Okay? We're going to have a look at tissue layers. We're going to have a look at cephalization, okay? We're going to have a look at opening in the guts, right? We're going to have a look at coelom and body systems. That's what we're going to have a look at. So when we classify animals, or we look at different animals, we look at those specific things to classify them. So what I'm going to do, and remember I said to you in the beginning, it's about invertebrates, right? And right now, I don't care. I found some nice things that I want to show you, right? So let's go and have a look. It's going to take a few seconds, but if we have a look at them, it's interesting. So let's go have a look. Right. Okay. It's very, very simple. Okay. We're going to start off with the most simplest thing. I can't get the most simplest thing, if I understand that, okay? Because it's actually a sponge, right? And that's what you find inside the sea. And no matter, I always ask everybody here at Mindset, please, can I go do this show under the ocean? Hey? Even Looney wants to, but she's not in the ocean.
No.
You know, get the wetsuits under the ocean, and we play with the little animals. And what do you think, Looney?
I don't do water.
You don't? We'll make her do water. We'll get her under there. Right.
Fine.
So I've asked for that. I've asked for to go out into the Kruger Park. They say no, we got to be here. So I bring as much as I can, right? So if we have a look at sponges, right, they're the most simplest form, right? And we get to more and more and more complicated, right? So I've brought things that will make it look nice or what I can, right? So I'm going to start off with the least complicated thing that I've got, right? And it's this. Okay, what do you think this is? Looney, can you tell me what do you think this is?
A starfish.
It's a starfish. Have you noticed how quick she answered that? I was impressed. Right, now, if we have a look at the starfish, the first thing we have to have a look at is, can you remember we did things like coelom, and we had a thing like through gut, and we had like symmetry and all of that type of stuff, right? This doesn't have it. The only thing that this does have, okay, if we have a look at it, is called the symmetry, okay? This is radial symmetry. Now, what does that mean? Looney, what do you think radial symmetry is?
What?
Radial symmetry.
Symmetry is this, right? But no.
Love her explanation. Makes me feel so warm and cozy inside. You are right. Looney, you are right.
But now it's the radial that I don't know.
Okay, so symmetry means if I cut it in half,
Yes.
whatever's on the left
said.
is on the right.
Yes.
Right, so she's right. But now radial means what? Looney, what do you think radial means?
Radial.
Radial. Like
Does
a
it have
radius.
Yes, I was just about to say, does it have something to do with the radius?
So what does radius mean?
It's
It's a circle.
yes.
So what this means is, if I say this is radial symmetrical, right? Or this has radial symmetry, that means if I take it here from the top and I cut it down, whatever's on the left will be even to anything on the right. Am I right?
Mm.
Okay, so let's turn it. If I cut it down the middle here, whatever's on the left is even to the right. Right.
Oh,
turn it.
okay, cool.
Cut it down, whatever's on the left is on the right. So you understand that when I say radial, as I turn it and I cut it in half, it works. Okay, now that is radial symmetry. It means it can be cut in any way possible. Okay, now Looney, on the other hand, is not radial symmetry.
No.
Okay, if you think about it, if I took Looney, so have a good look at Looney. So Looney, look at us, right? If I cut you from head, so move your finger from your hair
From
all the way down.
Down.
Right, there. So that's one. Can you see whatever's on the left is even to whatever's on the right? Right. Okay, now that's from her head down to her feet. Now what happens if Looney goes from this side to this side? So show there, Looney, let's see again.
And you cut from
From
here.
there, yeah, right across. Is the top identical to the bottom?
Never.
Never. She's so right. It's never going to happen, right? So she is bisymmetry, right? She's got one, can only be cut one way. This is radial. As you turn it, can be cut all the time. She's bi, which means it's once, you can't cut any more times. Right, so that's how they look at symmetry. That's quite cool, huh? What do you think? Just for the record, let's have a look at the back of a starfish. Okay, if you look at the back of the starfish, it's open here at the bottom, right? You will see little tentacles sticking out. Okay, have a good look. It's nice and hard. There they are. I've moved one, if you can see. Right in this line, you'll see little things sticking out. That's its little tentacles and all of that. Not tentacles as in like your
Octopus.
like your octopus and that. Not like that. But it's similar, right? So it does grab things and it does pull it in and it does like wrap around and it sucks things in, and so that's quite cool. Right, so that's a starfish. That's quite nice, right? Hey, what do you think, Lenny? You like
Very.
starfishes?
Yes.
Right? And I remember when I was young, when you were a good boy, you always got a star on the top of your forehead.
Yes,
Can you remember that?
always.
Always. But it's me, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, so that was just a starfish and simple, right? Now I want to go to something a little bit more complicated, right? And they're actually quite cool. The only thing is we're not going to be talking about them today, but it's biodiversity. So let's have a look at some other things, eh? What do you think, Looney? Okay, so we're going to look at simple things. So how nice are those? Hey, Looney, what do you see there? Can you see?
Yeah, I see a butterfly.
Yeah, that's that one.
What is this thing? This. Okay,
My
anyway.
little 6-year-old son calls it a
Oh, yeah. I was just looking at it. Oh, okay. Apparently it's a scorpion.
Which one?
Is it a scorpion?
No, this one here is a, what do those things call it? Like a prawn. Hey?
It's a what?
A prawn.
A prawn.
Yeah.
A prawn.
Yes,
Aren't
it's-
prawns like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, but this is a small one,
Okay.
right?
Is that
Then
a
you
worm?
got this.
Is that a worm?
It is a worm, but it's a special worm. It's got thousands of legs.
Uh,
And it's got little segments, and you see them crawling, and then
I
when you
know
touch them, they
it's-
give it one of these,
I don't
and
know
it turns in a circle.
no, not a caterpillar, man.
You gotta love it.
I know it.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
forgot the name.
And the last
Is that
one?
What's that? It's not a spider. Is that a
That's
spider?
exactly what it is.
Oh.
That's a spider.
What's that thing? The second one.
This one.
Yeah.
It is a centipede.
Centipede. Almost like a
Centipede.
caterpillar. Centipede.
So,
Man.
you happy with all of those?
Yes.
Those are quite cool, and those are all very special. We'll talk about them next week and that, but I just thought I'd show you. But of course, we have I'm going to put it to the side here. We have well, it's a living fossil, but it ain't living anymore. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Right? Now, I'm going to bring it up. It's quite cool. It's the first thing you're going to notice, and Looney's going to give me the name.
Okay.
Right. She's on the ball today, so I'm impressed. Right? Looney, which one sticks out, and you're going to give me the name? Can you see that face? It's amazing. Well, let's start.
What are those things?
Yeah. Let's start from the right and move to the left. So if I bring this out, what's the first thing up top here? It's that thing that you thought the other one was.
Oh, the scorpion.
The scorpion. Okay. The next one, what is it? We had it on the same as this one here.
Spider.
It's a spider. The one after that is a
Dot.
it's a tick. It's a tick. So that's a thing that you find on your dogs
Oh,
and
a
cats
tick.
and all of that.
Okay.
Right, that's a tick. And what is that beautiful big living fossil, do you think? What is
I
it called?
have no idea what that is.
You have no idea. No.
I
the
can't. Thing
deer
is, I
does have
can't
eyes.
see. It doesn't have eyes.
No, a deer has eyes. No idea. Come on. Well, come here if you can't see it. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
Come, let's walk here. You've been with me so many times when we've
Yeah.
done things.
Okay.
Let's see. What do you think that is?
Oh my gosh, I don't know what that
Hey?
is.
How cool
What
is
is
it?
this?
What does it
It
look
looks
like?
so cool though.
It does, hey?
No,
What do
I
you
don't
think
know.
it's called?
I don't
What does it look like? If you had to think of animals, just think of animals. What does it look like? And I'm talking about the foot. What is that?
Foot.
What does that look like when it comes to the foot?
Your toe.
Not a man, not a human. I'm talking about, for example, a horse.
Oh, what's that thing called?
It's a
A
hoof.
hoof.
Right. So if you have a look, doesn't it look like a hoof?
It does.
Okay. Now that.
But what is
Now,
this?
hold on.
Okay, sorry.
That there is very special. That is called a horseshoe crab.
Oh, okay.
That is called a horseshoe crab. It's quite cool, huh?
Very cool.
That is the best thing in the world. Right. So now that we've seen the little things, I thought I would increase one of them in size. So, Looney, there's some big thing there. Don't
I
you wanna-
saw it.
Don't you want to get it for me?
I actually saw it. I was
Please
like,
will you get it for me? Come on.
Okay.
Come on, get it for me and show them. Look at that.
Which way?
That
This
way.
around.
Have a look at that. How cool is that? What is that?
It's a spider.
It's a spider, right? And the nice thing about the spider, right, is I went and got its teeth, right? Because you can see the eight legs. You can see its abdomen. Right over here, you'd see its eyes if it was like, very close. And at the top, there's two little black things here. Those are their teeth. So can you imagine that thing biting you, right? But you don't have to worry because I didn't kill that thing. I didn't at all. What that is, it's actually a shedding. So when the spider, it's time to grow, or it's grown a little bit too big for its skin, what it does is it pulls itself out of the skin, leaves its skin behind, and the spider runs off.
Really?
That is the skin. So it's not a dead spider. That you will find, that's why when you see like your daddy long legs and that in your house, if you notice there's always like dead spiders around it. It's not dead spiders, it's a skin.
Why does it do that?
Because it grows too quickly. This has got an exoskeleton, and that exoskeleton's got to leave its exoskeleton right behind, because it can't grow into its exoskeleton, and it runs off, and this stays behind. It's just a skin, like a snake. Have you ever seen a snake shed its skin? It leaves its skin behind. Same thing.
Oh.
Hey, how cool is that? Nice.
Imagine if we left our skin.
Oh, terrible. Right. So that you like that. Hopefully you like that. Now, I've left Looney up here for a reason. I've got a little bit more complicated. Now, anybody that's got a fish tank, have you ever heard of the algae eating things? Right, they eat the algae, the fish, the fish that eat the algae. Right.
No.
They're actually called a plecostomus.
See, I was
Right?
close.
And a plecostomus is a fish. Relax, Looney. And it looks like that. That's a fish. Okay? That is a fish. Can you see it? Now, it's nice and hard because it died and I kept it out. But I want to see Looney do some work. Right, Looney, I want you to take your fingers from here and I want you to rub down the fish. And tell me,
Take fingers from here.
from there and move it down towards my hand.
Okay.
And it goes quite easily, hey?
Yeah.
Do it again for me. Watch your fingers. It goes quite easily, right? Ah, nice. Let's change it around. Looney, go from my fingers towards the other side.
From your fingers.
Go on. Go on. What's wrong? Pull it. What's wrong with you? What's the
Why
problem?
is it sharp? Eesh.
Have you noticed how sharp it is?
Yeah.
It actually, you can't pull it at all, right? That's a protecting mechanism. How cool is that, hey? That's a plecostomus. It cannot move. And then the last thing I want to show you, right, is this. This.
A
can you tell me-
chameleon.
I'm
used to have a
impressed.
pet chameleon.
That is a chameleon, and can you see its bones, its ribs, right, and its tail?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you had a pet chameleon.
Yes.
Look at its mouth. What can you see?
Wait,
Look at the teeth.
the teeth. Yes.
Can you see the teeth? Let's see if you can see the teeth. The teeth inside there. Remember, it does eat, right? Eats insects, so it's got to have teeth to crush it. Right. Well, that's the end of a quick demonstration. Now, what do you think, Lynn?
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Right, so hopefully you enjoyed. That's just biodiversity. Hopefully next week I can bring you some more stuff, right? But I think we need to have a look at things before we go. Right. What I want to do, one thing, before you go on your break, I want to quickly have a look at the challenge question. Right. The challenge question: an animal has the following features, right? Bilateral symmetry, right? Triploblastic organism. It's a coelomate, right? It has flange cells, right? And it has suckers. This is the question. First of all, briefly describe each of these features, right? Each of the ones that I've highlighted. And second of all, name the phylum to which this animal belongs. I mean, that is what we need. Okay, so I want you to start doing that while the break. Can you do that? Okay, so come on. About that thing that we were talking about earlier, the
Rack.
the rack. Hey, I've got somebody that's just barged into my lesson. So if after the break,
No, not after the break.
Okay.
Llewellyn, you're in trouble. But it's
see what I
my
mean?
sort of trouble. So, you know, the things I have to do to put up with him, it's amazing. I've had to run around trying to get permission from the CEO and the finance officer. And we're going to accept your nomination.
Yes.
And we're going to do something really good. Guys, don't just stay on the page. Make sure you understand about the RAC nomination. You'll be hearing a lot more about it. And we're really excited about it. We think it's a great thing.
Nice.
So I'm sure we're going to do something good.
you see, I can
Awesome.
trust mindset to do anything, hey?
Oh, you see us, man. Come on. Why
What
not?
more could we want, eh? Thanks, John. I really appreciate it.
That's great. Lenny, will you take us to a break?
All right, thank you, John. Thank you. So you guys heard we did accept the nomination. Just a congratulations to Mihlali Maqenga. Now you have on yourself 110 rand airtime from Vodacom. So we are going to take a break. We'll see you straight after this. Hi there. Welcome back. Hi, Sanele Sizwe, Olubumi Salbi, Kotazo, Olani, Charlotte, Lesejo, Mukove, Apiwe, Litabo, Samoku, Hle, Mutao, Tandi, Kokezo, Tiani, Bonga, Bongs, sorry, and Mukove. There was this one, man. This girl had a list here. Oh, there. Lita was asking me to send a shout out to Ayanda, Feroz, and Nelisiwe, Mapiki, and everyone who knows me in Living Waters Private School. Hi there. What?
Can I take over now?
Yes.
It's good to see all of you again.
Yes. I
How
have to
awesome
send
was
shout
that?
outs. You mustn't look at me funny.
Hey, what do you think, Looney? How awesome was that?
That was very awesome.
It's just made my day. Hey?
It has.
Now, mindset better
Big
come up
things
with something
about
good.
to
I like it.
happen.
I agree.
Yes.
Now, question. What do you think of my tree? It's a beautiful tree. There's a stump and there's wood coming. I'm lying through my teeth. We're doing animals, aren't we? Looney almost choked. Right? This is not a tree. This is something special. Right? Let's see what it is. Okay? This part here is a cnidaria. Okay? That means it's an animal that stays under the sea. Okay? And it's actually radial symmetry, even though it looks like bar, because if you have a look at it outwards, it looks roundabout. It's got little tentacles that look almost like a starfish, right? Does that, which means it can be cut in any way. But I've taken it from looking like that to that, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so you're with me so far. Okay, you should know this. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to say, write down the letter. I don't need the name. Okay, write down the letter which represents the coelenteron. Now, what is the coelenteron? Coelenteron is the inside of an animal or the gut of the animal. Roundabout. It's the easiest way I can put it. The gut, the inside, right? And the inside of the animal is this side, right? No, it's here. So this part here, this whole piece, that is called the coelenteron. So what number it is? Come on. There it is. It's plain and simple. It's G. Right. So let's have a look. It's G. Nice, easy. See, we start off with the easy stuff and we get more difficult. Hey? Then, let's go to the next one. What type of digestion, takes place in this cavity? Okay, well, what do you mean, what type of digestion? Isn't digestion just digestion? Hey, Looney?
I thought it was.
Yeah. You know, you get internal digestion, you get external digestion, you get intracellular digestion. There's a lot of digestions, right? Which is quite cool. So let's have a look at it, okay? I'm going to show you the answer, and I'm going to explain it, okay? Firstly, you will notice that it is extracellular digestion, okay? Which means it happens outside of the cells. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's put it this way. When you eat food, it goes into your stomach, right? And in there, we send juices, and we send this, and we send that, and all of it gets broken up into smaller pieces. Then it goes into your small intestine. It gets absorbed into the body, right? After being digested, gets absorbed into your body, goes to your different cells, right? Now, that's how that happens. This thing does not have it. So what actually happens is it moves all the food around here, and all these cells pull a bit of food in to live. Do you understand? So it's extra, right? Means it happens outside of the cells. In this little cavity here, it hasn't got it inside it as such. Understand? Right, so that is the next, that was the next question. One after that. What is the disadvantage of having only one opening for digestion? Okay? Because if we have a look at it, what these things do is they sit like this, and a little, I was going to say fly, but have you ever seen a fly under the water in the ocean?
A fly.
A fly.
Yeah,
You see my point, right? So its food comes along, and it goes in here, and it pulls it into its mouth, right? Because there's the mouth. It goes in there, it gets done what it needs to do, it gets all its nutrients, And then what? What does it have to do? What do you have to do after eating? Come, Looney, what do you think? You've got to get rid of the... Well, once it's taken all the stuff that it needs to, and it's left with something, what must it do? It must get rid of it, isn't it? Am I right?
Yes.
Right. So we go to the toilet to get rid of it, right?
Yes.
Okay. How does it get rid of it?
Oh, it doesn't have a lower region.
Yeah. Perfect set. Does not have a lower region. You must remember that this thing, right, is stuck on a rock. It's glued down. Right. How's it going to get rid of it? One way. It does this, and when it's finished, it goes, bleh. Now, what is the disadvantage of having that? So, Looney, what do you think would be the disadvantage of having one opening to take in food and to get rid of food? What is the disadvantage? Let's use common knowledge. Let's see how good you are, Looney.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. I would say, right, if I touch there again, I would say, firstly, it is unhygienic. Right? That's like taking your feces and pushing it back out your mouth.
Oh.
You should have seen Looney's face when I said that. She went, I can't explain it. Right? So, firstly, it's unhygienic. Oh, maybe if I push a color. Firstly, it's unhygienic, as both food is taken in and excretion happens in the same hole. Not good. Hey, Looney, I wouldn't want that. Well, you get in your teeth. You got to take it. Looney's not working with me today. She isn't yet. Look at that face.
It's not nice.
You got to love me, Looney. You got to love me. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay. Identify the part labeled B and state where the structure, right, is produced in the life cycle of the hydra. Right? That's the hydra there. B, this thing here. Ooh. What is that? Hey? What is this? It's an arm. Hey, what do you think?
It looks like 3 fingers. An arm with 3 fingers.
Yeah, it's
What
an
are you
arm.
talking about? The one in pink?
Yes, the one in pink. What does it look like? Hey,
Yeah.
I'm standing up here. My arm is here, and out of the middle of nowhere pops out an arm.
That's
Hey, what do you-
strange.
That's strange. That is reproduction, by the way.
Oh,
What's it making?
awkward place too.
It's making another one of itself, the hydra, right? Okay? To make itself, it's called budding, right? And when will this happen, right? When will it happen? Now, let me put it this way. When will budding or reproduction happen in something like this? Of course, it's simple. It's very simple. When conditions are favorable. If it's not favorable to have it, we're not having kids. Simple. Okay? And that's exactly what you'll say, right? It's called budding. There it is. If I can get my colors again. I'm going to go yellow again. Okay? It's called budding, and it's produced during favorable growing conditions. Okay? That's when everything's working. There's enough food. The water's overlapping it nicely. You with me? When things are favorable, everybody's happy. When things are not favorable, not going to happen, is it? Right, so that's that one. Next one. What type, this is cool. What type of nervous tissue, right? Now, what is nervous tissue? Come, Looney. What is nervous tissue? Because I know you know. Right. What is nervous? What
Your
is
nerves.
Your nerves.
Nerves.
What is a nerve? You have the nerve to say that.
A nerve, man. Come on. You know what a nerve is.
Well, what's a nerve? Come on, what's a nerve? A nerve is making her do that, right? She's getting embarrassed. It's not that, right? What it is, you see her, she's smiling and all of that, right? Those nerves in there is telling the muscles to contract or relax to make her smile. And she's got such a beautiful smile, right? It's always good to see,
thanks,
look at
man.
that, right? So that's her nervous system. Now, they want to know what nervous system the hydra has, right? As soon as I can move this up, okay? This thing, nervous system, it's not there. Can you see a nervous system? Now, I promise you, a nervous system, if I got hold of Looney, right, and I did the most worst thing to her, and I pulled her up here, and I made her stand like this, and I took a scalpel, and I cut down her back like this, right, and I opened her up, and then you'll see her spinal cord, and I cut through those bones, and I opened it. What am I going to find in there? Nerves. And I'm going to be able to see them. Am I right? Here, not going to happen. Why not? Because it's the most simplest creature we've got. Well, it's the second most simplest, but it's a simple creature, which means it, let me get it back down, it does not have a nervous system. There's no nerves. There's no nerve network. Right. Let's have a look at the next one. What is meant, as soon as I get my ink, what is meant by the term diploblastic? Okay, what is meant by the term diploblastic? Now, that's actually a good question. Diplo meaning what? Let's see if Looney was listening to me a couple of times. Diplo, which means what?
I'm unavailable for comment.
Yeah, she was doing so well. Okay, let me go this. What is triploblastic?
3.
What is diploblastic?
Diplo.
Dip.
2.
Come on, how can you say you're not available for comment? The brains are there, girl.
But like now the plastic part? What's plastic?
Diploblastic.
Oh, plastic.
That just means that this animal has got 2 layers in its body, right? So it's got the one layer of cells, there it is, it's that piece there, and it's got the second layer, which is that piece there. That's all it means. Okay? It's got an ectoderm and an ectoderm and an endoderm. That's it. There's no 3 layers. 3 layers would be, okay, triploblastic. The moment, that's diplo, 2 different, hey? Simple, nice and easy one. So let's see what this answer is so that we can understand it. Right? It is 2 in the embryonic stage. That means inside. Well, hey, that thing doesn't do its inside. But let's just talk about us. Inside, when you were in your mommy's tummy, right? Deep down inside with a love. Okay? You were in your embryonic layer. Okay? That was the embryonic stage. And the embryonic layer represents the endodermis and ectodermis. Just one layer on the outside, one layer on the inside. That is it. Nice, simple, and easy. Right. Life science is actually very easy. If you know your definitions. You know your definitions, life's easy. Right? See? Life, science, it's cool. Right. So, you all understand that. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay. We're going to talk about an earthworm. You all know what an earthworm is? Looney, do you know what an earthworm is?
Yes.
What's an earthworm?
It's that worm that's like mostly on soil, and it looks very slimy. It's usually like grayish brown.
She's good.
Yeah, that one.
And when it rains a lot, as you can see at times,
Yes,
right?
like
You always find it in a
now.
puddle of water, hey?
Yes.
Only they will know why, right? Okay, so it says, why is the earthworm said to have a through gut? A through gut. It means, well, forget about the answer. It means I have an opening here, and as Looney says, it's got an opening at the
No lower region.
the lower region. See, she says it so well.
Yeah.
They've got an opening at the upper region, and they've got an opening at the lower
No.
region, which means it goes in this part all the way down and comes out the other part, right? So, what the answer actually is, it says there that it has a mouth, right, at the anterior end, or as Looney says, the
Lower region.
mouth is at the upper region,
Upper region.
right? So the anterior opening, right, for the intake of food, right, and the anus, right, the anus, which is at the lower region, cool, which is at the posterior, right, opens. There's a whole things that go through here. From here, it starts going into digestion, and then we get rid of waste products, which means it's not as unhealthy. Nice, easy, simple. Right. Let's bring it down. What is, here we go, let me leave the pen there. What is the nature of an earthworm's food, and how does it take it in? So how would it take it in? Now, the earthworm lives in the ground. And you will notice the more fertile your soil is, the more earthworms you have. Because the earthworm eats all the nutrients in the soil, right? So it takes in stuff, and then it goes through its through gut, and it lets out, and it fertilizes the soil even more. You get what I'm trying to say? But how does it do that? What it does is it puts a liquid over it, then it sucks it in. Okay, that is how it works. So let's see what the answer would be. Okay, it's very, very simple. Okay, it says here, the food is the soil rich. Okay, it's the soil which is rich in organic matter. At first, it's covered in mucus. Why would you want to do that? Can you eat without having mucus on your food, Looney?
Mucus.
Yeah. Could you, your food, do you put mucus on it?
No.
You see. She
Why are
doesn't
you
know.
doing? Ugh, man, come on.
Mucus.
Not
I promise you, she does. And she doesn't even know it.
mucus. Okay, not the mucus. Like, okay.
No, you're thinking about mucus from your nose.
Yes.
I'm talking about saliva. Why do we put saliva in?
Okay.
So that it can go down, right?
Moist.
Mixes it and moisten. How does the earthworm do it? Puts the mucus over it, so it can swallow it, so it can go down. So yes, Looney, we do have mucus in our food, girl.
Okay.
So don't pull your face. It's actually quite nice. It makes it taste nice.
Okay.
So he puts the mucus in, then it sucks it into the cavity inside its body so that digestion can take place. Remember that suction comes from the pharynx, right, which is in the throat. Right, there we go. Then, the next one. Does the earthworm have an opening, or have an open or a closed circulatory system? Now, first of all, what is a circulatory system? Well, when I have a look at circulatory system, I'm thinking to myself, it's when you either go to gym and you do a circuit, right? Or you go run athletics and you do a circuit. Hey, Looney. Okay, so what is a circulatory system? Do you know? A circulatory system is very simple. It is your blood, right? Your heart, your veins, your arteries, your arterioles, your venules, your capillaries, all of that is called a circulatory system. So it's how we transport things around the body. Now, does an earthworm have a circulatory system? Of course it does, right? There is simple animals that don't, but yes, it has a closed circulatory system. What does that mean? Okay, I'm going to do the next question, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to explain the two. Okay, because it just makes it easier. Okay, the next question, if I'm going to bring it down, well, up should I say, I'm going to extend it so we can see. Come on. Okay, doesn't want to do it today, right? There we go. That's it. The question is, tabulate, which means put in a table, first of all. Okay?
Yo, okay.
Seriously. I can't stand it when I say tabulate and they give point forms. Right? Tabulate 3 differences, which means there are going to be 3 lines, right, between an open and a closed circulatory system. Okay. Now, first of all, what will I put at the top of this table? Right? First of all, we're going to have open and closed. Right? What is the difference? Let's have a look at the open side. Okay? We're going to go through this quickly. First of all, blood leaves body vessels. It's a thing and it just drops into the body. Next thing. Come on. Okay? Tube-like heart. Okay? Small little tube-like heart. Next thing, it does not transport oxygen. It gets oxygen from around. The cells get oxygen around from the outside. And then lastly, right, blood cavity is hemocell. I want to know what that means. Okay, let me know what that means. Please send me, right? I know somebody's already asked that question on it, right?
Yes.
I want you to answer that for me. Okay, let's see what a closed blood system is. First of all, blood never leaves the system, ever. Second of all, okay, no openings in the heart. In other words, it goes in the heart, right, down to the bottom, back to the lungs, back down to the heart, back out the heart to the body. Right. There's no opening spaces anywhere. Okay. Next one. Transports oxygen. Of course. Hemoglobin for us. Right. Transports oxygen. And lastly, body cavity is a coelom. Body cavity is a coelom. What is a silo? You need to tell me. Right. Now, the nice thing about giving you these 2 little questions is that you've got a break. And I'm going to give you a few seconds to answer it. So please send me those answers. I know it's almost right at the end, but send me those answers. Let's see what you've got. Luni.
All right. Shout out to Sizwe. Why are you laughing now?
All right.
Sizwe wants to say hi to Nompi Lombata from Masibonisane High School, Kitumeti. Appeal again, Boipelo, Samuel, Siatemba, Yoliswa, and Sharon. And there's someone, Sizwe, says it's his first time watching and he's really having fun. Wish he knew it later. Well, better late than never. Earlier, I mean. Later. What am I talking about? Let's
Better
take a
late
break
than
there.
never. You're right.
Yeah, anyways. Break time. We'll see you. Hello again. Welcome back, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Just to remind you guys, you see there on Facebook, right? We have a little picture with feet holding. Yeah, anyway. So it's captioned. Please don't. It's captioned work together, right, guys? So all you need to do is caption that picture and then you comment below the picture and then you just caption it. So I'll say 1,000 miles in my like fun stuff like that, right? And you'll stand yourself a chance to win tummy tuckies. So now during the break, I was trying to see if I can lift my leg, but you can't really see. I'm wearing my red tummy tuckies. So if you want to win tummy tuckies as well, just comment on the picture, it's hashtag roll together, and then get your friends to like your comment. The person with the most likes on their caption for the picture will win a pair of tummy tuck heels.
Do you have any clue what it is like during a break with Looney stretching, trying to get her foot up here by her ear? It's the coolest thing ever. Hey?
Please, like, I'm trying.
All I said to her was, take the shoe off, hold it.
I could do
No,
that, no.
it's my shoes, they belong on my feet, and that's where they will stay.
Yes.
I couldn't argue with that.
Yes.
But you never know what it's like. But they are beautiful.
Can I just say something else? The winners will be announced on our Facebook page on Friday.
Ah, you see, she
Just
gets
a-
the most important thing
Yeah.
out, huh? Come on. Right, let's get back. The last thing we did, right, well, not the last thing we did. The first thing I asked you when it came to questions, right, was this thing called the challenge question. And you know what? That's not going to help me. Let me go back. Let me go and find out where it was. I moved it out as much as possible. There it is. Sorry. But we're looking at the challenge question. And the challenge question was quite simple, right? Animals have the following features, okay? Because that's how we're going to classify them. So what I could say to you is, this animal, I'm going to give you certain things and you must be able to answer it. So let's have a look. This animal that I am talking about, right, is bilateral symmetry, which means it can only be cut down one way, not both. Cool? Next thing. It's triploblastic. Looney, what does triploblastic mean, my girl? 3. Good, I like the 3. Okay, it's a triploblastic, simple. Okay, it's triploblastic. It is acoelomate. 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 What's acoelomate? I asked you what a coelom is. Can you remember? So I'm not going to tell you what acoelomate. Actually, I can tell you. Means the animal does not have a coelom. Ah, there we go. Right. Okay. Flame cells. Right. Let's go. And suckers. Suckers means to suck onto things. Right. Like a vermin. Hey, what do you think? No, I can't say vermin. Vermin's like a rat. Right. We're looking at this. Now, the question was, that was just explaining this animal. The question is, briefly describe each of these features. Okay, so I just gave a quick thing. Let's have a look at it. Firstly, and then secondly, name the phylum to which this animal comes from. B. I've put them all in one. So let's have a look at it. Okay? Here we go. Bilateral symmetry, right? It's a condition where half of the organism is a mirror image of the other, right? There we go. half down along the axis. In other words, axis means this. If I have a look at it, I've got an axis. It's the middle part, it's the longest part of my body. Right? This side is identical to that side. If you do not understand how to do that, try this. Go and put a mirror here between you, right? And have a look. You'll go like this, and it's so cool. You see two legs moving. It looks really weird. Right? Looks very, very weird. Next thing, triploblastic. There it is. 3 layers of cells in the embryonic stage. Right? Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Right? Know your definitions. Okay. Next one. Acelomete. What about that?
English. It's going.
Acelomate. An animal without a coelom. Okay? It has, where does it say? In its mesoderm. It's a very important thing. In its mesoderm, it doesn't have a coelom. Okay? Next thing. Flame cells. It's a cup-shaped cell, right, that occurs in animals which by action of cilia, okay? By action of cilia means it does this. Right? It moves. Okay? By cilia draws fluid or water products into the cavity and then to its exterior. Cool. And then lastly, sucker. Sucker, it's an organ of attachment in. Okay? For example, platyhelminthes. So what one am I looking at? It's the platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes is what this thing was telling me. Right, so that's how you would answer that specific question. So now that I've given you this simple thing, what I've done is I'm going to show you what I expect you to try and go for, right? Just one thing. I'm not going to answer it, but I'm going to show you what I've put on the page. And you need to go and do that question answer thing for me. Well, what's it called?
Test yourself.
The test yourself. So let's have a look. Just one, hey? Just one. And I'm not going to answer it either. Okay? There it is. The characteristics, I'm not going to write on it. Well, maybe I should. A characteristic of animals belonging to the platyhelminthes is that their bodies are, okay, flattened, segmented, round, undifferentiated. That's what I want you to do. Now you see they've got the different things there. You need to pick one, and I've told you how to do multiple choice, right? You cancel the ones that are definitely not it. You cancel those ones that are definitely not it, and you work your way back. Okay, while answering this, please relax. Okay, and the answer is, can you tell me the answer? Good, as long as you've got it, because I'm not giving it to you. Now, I'm going to go back to the previous slide. Looney, have you got any questions for me? Because I know everybody wants a question or two. Let's hear it.
Loyola is asking, can we say the algae-eating fish you showed earlier contributes on helping the delivery of oxygen for marine animals since algae stops all of that?
It's actually the other way around. Algae actually puts oxygen in the water, right? The algae eater just eats it because too much of it is bad. Okay, so an algae eater or the Plecostomus, if you go look in your fish tank, it sucks on the glass and it eats all the algae on there. That's all it eats. Okay, but it's got its part to play because too much of a good thing is bad. Too much ice cream is bad for you, so don't eat too much ice cream. But ice cream is nice. Cool.
Okay.
Anything else?
Ice cream is nice.
I like ice cream.
Mbali is asking why come and see this. I can't pronounce these words.
Okay, I'm going to be there now. Let's see. Yes, where are we?
Why are
phylum, Porphyria, asymmetrical, and aren't bilateral or radial symmetrical. Okay, I'm going to go answer that at the board. Hey. Okay, cool. Have a look at this. Right? Porphyria is your sponges. Now, no matter how you cut a sponge, right? Type on the what's in Porphyria, you'll see the beautiful sponges. You can't cut a sponge in any way. Okay? Nothing's even from the right side to the left side. Remember, radial is like this, and sponges are unregular. Right. Hopefully that helps you. And Looney, it's time to go, my girl. It's time to go.
No.
It's
it
time
was like
to
7
go.
minutes now. Okay.
It's time to go, my girl.
That was fast. Anyway, guys, thanks. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Thanks. Bye. What?